Hi, my name's Karen. I'm one of the moderators here at Cymbalta Hurts Worse, and today I'm going to do a little demonstration video on how to use a scale to prepare your beads for tapering. The first thing you want to do is make sure that you have your supplies, and what you're going to need first are some gelatin capsules. They come in sizes. You can see up here, this is 00. They come in size 0, 0, up to size 5 to give you an idea of the difference in sizes of the 0. This is 00, and this is actually a 00 with a 5 inside of it. So there's quite a bit difference. You cannot use the size 5 when you are weighing because they're just not big enough. In fact, I would recommend going less than 0 or 00 just because you're going to want the opening of the capsule bigger so that you can put something like this, which is a glass funnel, and this has a 50 millimeter opening and can go inside a capsule like this. And then when you have your beads all weighed out, they'll be in something like this, and you just dump them in there. So now I'm going to go on and explain the scale. And I'm going to turn my camera so you can see the scale better. And I apologize, this isn't really high tech, but it's what we have. So we're going to just go with it. So you're going to get a scale from Amazon or some scientific online ordering place. It'll be easier than any gathering it from anywhere else. You're going to look for a scale that has a readability of at least 0.001 grams. Most of those jewelry scales that we recommend are from 0.001 grams up to a weight of 20 grams. And on the scale, you're going to see, and different manufacturers look a little different, but they're very, very similar. You're going to see an on-off button. And you're going to see this M, which is a measurement button. And then you're going to see this T, which is a tare weight. And I will explain all those as I go. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the scale on. And the first thing it shows me is that it's the silver 20. And it's kind of going through its own little setup. And I'm going to set it down because if I keep moving it around, and now I don't know if you can see it, but it says it's 000. If it doesn't say 000, what you want to do is you want to hit the tare weight, and it kind of just goes through this little process. And sometimes with these inexpensive scales, you got to do it a couple times. Okay, now I'm at 000. And then the first thing you're going to want to do is calibrate your scale. And in the scale package, you should have something that looks like this, which is a 20 gram weight. And you want to make sure that your scale can weigh 20 grams. Not that it can weigh 20 grams, but that it's reading it accurately. So the first thing you want to do, on my instructions say I hold this M button down. And it says it's calibrating. And once it's calibrating, then I put the weight on there. And now it says it's passed this test. It's passed the calibration test. So I know my scale is accurate. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this little dish to put my beads in to weigh them. So you're going to put that on the scale like this, and it's going to weigh something, but you don't want to weigh that in with the beads. So you put the scale on, and then you hit the tare button again, or tar, and now it's reading 000. So then you're going to take your capsule, and like I said, I'm using 20 milligram capsules, which are very, very small, but that's all what I have on hand to show you. So I'm going to open it up. Let's say we're doing an average bead count. I'm sorry, an average weight of your beads. So my average would be, it says 0 point, I'm going to write this down. And look at it, you have to be very, very careful not to move anything, not to have any fans going, not to have your other electronics around. So I just wrote, my first weight was 0.115. And then I'm going to show you how to, I would take these. Remember, this is just a demonstration. And fill my capsule. Now we're not doing a drop, I'm just doing an average. Okay, so that's one. I'm going to do another one quickly. I'm going to put my weight back on there. It should make sure that it's 0. Open another capsule. And with these little things, these really stick inside these 20 milligram ones. So this one is 0. Let me see. .111. So then I'm going to take another capsule. Put the funnel. Drop them in the funnel. Put the little cover on. And then do one more. You put the little measuring thing back on the thing. Your scale should read 000. You do your next one. Make sure it's in the center, because if it's not, it won't be accurate. And this reads 0.113. And then again, you would take these. I don't have an extra one handy. So, oh, yes, I do. I thought I had 3 of them out here. I don't know if you can see this. Put this in here. And then, so now you have your 3 weights. You add those 3 weights together. And then you divide by 3, and that will give you your average weight count to start your taper. It's pretty straightforward. I think the problem with, or I shouldn't say problem, the issues that most people have is they don't calibrate, which is using this little guy. And sometimes you have to calibrate often, especially when you get down to a low amount. The other thing is to make sure that you have it on, which I did not go over with you at first. On this scale, you can see where it says gram up here. When you hit this M, it switches. That's ounces, and that's dry ounces. And you want to make sure it's on gram, which is just the G. And I think another thing that people have an issue with when they're using the scale, the grams that you weigh is not the same as a milligram of the dose that you're taking. It can be very confusing, so make sure that you understand that the grams that you weigh is not the same as the milligram dose that you're taking. It's completely different. So anyway, then after you get your average bead count, then you can set up your taper, by using the scale method. I think it works out. It worked out very well for me until I got down to 20 milligrams, and then it didn't work out so well for me. So that's when I switched to bead counting, and we do recommend that you switch over to bead counting when you get down to about 20 milligrams, because it really needs to be precise when you're hyperbolic tapering, especially at the end of your taper. You need to be very, very precise. So I think that's it. If you have any questions, just post a comment. Make a post, and we will address it in the comment section.